I'm not.
What?
I said I'm not.
Well,
I said I'm not ready.
You're gonna be ready after this, all right?
When you're home, we're in your head. Lock the doors and close the blinds. Turn on your TV. Turn off your mind.
Hello.
Hey, you were actually ready.
We are actually ready. We did it. All right, that was the episode. Bye.
Bye.
How long we could have kept that going?
I was wondering if one of us was gonna give out it.
We'd go like we could chain it over an hour and just post that instead of a fucking episode. All right, so
That would be awesome.
I love how this. I don't know if you remember. We'll talk about it back in the box.
Okay.
You'll see. Hey guys, we're Soul of a Gamer.
Hi,
I'm Scott,
I'm Steven.
and we're out of order sometimes, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Who cares?
And every week we play a game. We tell you about it.
Yeah.
So this week we're playing a game. And we're telling you about it.
Yeah.
Same as every week.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up and get used to it, you pieces of shit.
What was last week's game?
Artful Escape.
Yes, it
Yes,
was.
it's been a little while since we recorded, guys, so we forgot. But
I've been in the process of moving. I'm moving halfway across the country
you
from
don't need to defend yourself to these people.
I just thought I'd let them know that
I'm in the process of jerking off, and I didn't have time to play the game.
we've been watching too much porn, getting ready for our porn
I
ranking
really
video.
want to do a porn ranking video.
Well,
I really
so-
do now. I don't know why, but I really want to.
I was watching this.
We do it the same way too. We have Back of the Box. Just
Backdoor Sluts 4. So I was talking to Jen. We were watching this TikTok video of talking about like the hottest like Rule 34 thing. Rule 34 is if there's a character, there's a naked image of that character somewhere on the internet.
Okay.
And so they're going over the top 10 characters that have ever had the most fan art.
Okay.
And so I was like telling Jen, I was like, actually, you know what? Instead of doing like a porn thing, we should just talk about like our top 5 like hottest female and male like video game characters. And,
That
like,
would be smart. Yeah, we can link in some porn. In
Yeah,
that. I'm sure
exactly.
there's some animations that we can find for these. We got this. We got this. Where would Spyro rank?
Ooh.
I mean, how can you make him? I mean, you just give him a dick, right? That's.
I
all
don't
you
know
really
if I
do.
would make Spyro sexy, but I mean that the sorcerer chick,
Yeah, the fat one.
No. The other one.
fat
Bianca.
one. No, the fat one.
No.
Have Spyro and the fat sorcerer chick.
Could have some Bianca and Hunter sex scenes.
No, Spyro. So yeah, I guess this week we're playing Spyro, Year of the Dragon.
Yes. It's the third one of the series. We had already played the first one previously, and we thought we'd skip 2.
Yeah, I've heard 2 is not great, so.
It's okay.
Yeah, but I've heard
I love all 3 of them.
I think some of the characters from this one came in from 2.
Yes.
Hold on, we got to stop the dog from squeaking unless you guys want to hear a bunch of squeakers. They don't want to hear squeakers, Gwen.
Yeah, Gwen.
They don't want to hear it, Gwen. You'll have to let go. But yeah, let's just start this up. Let's get into our first little shit.
What's on the box?
Steven, what is on the box? Okay, let me just point this out really fast. In our first episode, we were amazed that they said memory card 1 block. And they did the same fucking thing. And it's like, what do you think? It's gonna. But there's only like 3 blocks on the memory card. So 1 block.
Yeah, I think some of the old ones that I had were like 16 block memory cards.
Yeah, like you get 16 games basically, right?
Yep.
So you buy 16 memory cards, so you have a shit ton of games.
Exactly. But yeah, back of the box, celebrate the Year of the Dragon with an excellent new adventure.
I don't understand.
Because it has to do with eggs and finding all the eggs.
Didn't the original one have eggs too?
No, it's the statues.
Yeah, we had the statues, but you also found dragon eggs, didn't you?
I think you did find
Yeah, I
some
think that was an
dragon eggs.
extra thing too.
Yeah.
I think you found dragon eggs and the statues, but
Yeah.
the eggs didn't hatch.
Yes. A new batch of dragon eggs has arrived and the dragon world hums with festivities. But a disgruntled sorceress has hatched her new plot to steal them all. Dragonkind could be extinct.
Oh,
It's
God.
Spyro and his friends to the rescue.
Boo! Get your fucking dumbass puns out of here.
Yeah,
puns,
that was
the
pretty
lowest
bad.
form of comedy. Boo! This is excellent,
Yeah.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
No. All right, so you got all new playable critters: Sheila the kangaroo, Sergeant Bird, Bentley the Yeti, and Agent 9. Even Sparks the dragonfly Struts his stuff?
Yeah.
What? Okay, that's a
He
really...
struts his stuff.
Like, normally that's what you talk about with porn actresses, but okay.
Yeah,
He
I mean-
struts his stuff for strippers.
Sparks is pretty
Yeah,
sexy.
apparently. All with their own unique moves. Huge mystical worlds travel through vivid and dangerous realms, search for eggs from deep lava craters and flooded mine shafts to a city in the clouds. Challenging new gameplay, pull off sick tricks on a skateboard, unleash a tank attack, pilot a flying saucer, ride a speedboat, step into the boxing ring, dive deep in a submarine, or fire off rockets. Wait, what? I like how they like put a bunch of like, hey, you're going to be riding a bunch of shit, but also get into the boxing ring.
Right.
And then scores of enemies and silly creatures. Battle flying beavers, gunslinging dinosaurs, unmannerly mummies, bug-eyed scorpions, and micro-mastodons.
I'm battling flying beavers every time I walk
Every
into
day.
every time I walk into a building with more than one female.
I love how they have to say, like, you're not going to believe it, vibration function compatible. Like,
Whoa.
it's just funny because...
Because back then it was
it's
rare.
Like, you had to, like, the N64, you had to have a fucking separate pack to make
The
it
rumble
vibrate.
pack, yeah.
It's like, that's the insanity. They're like, shit, they have vibration included? Fuck, what are we going to do? Let's release a rumble pack.
Well, I mean, I guess like now with things, it's like, does it have the digital feedback, haptic feedback controller programming capabilities and
A
stuff?
little bit better. And then, like, in 20 years, you're going to be like, this is just an ethic that you
Controllers? What the fuck is a controller? I use my brain.
I use my penis to play. You know that there's some people who do.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
It's rated E for everyone for Comic Mischief, which was the same rating the first one got.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's just all of the
Yeah,
Spyro
it's just
games.
really, it's funny because it's like Comic Mischief. That's what you're gonna like. What? I guess. Why don't you just say comic? Isn't all comedy kind of mischief?
It's. I don't know.
Unless it's a
mischief for
fucking dumbass
comedic
pun.
effect kind of thing.
I guess. Whatever. That was the back of the box. I drank this pretty low. Didn't love it.
It's not the greatest.
No.
It's
They do feature some cool characters. They have Bianca on there, who is like the main bad guy's apprentice. You have the main bad guy on there. Some gameplay stuff, which is good. They have the running on there, the boxing on there. You playing as one of the characters, Agent 9, skateboarding, and then you in the Dino World, which that was my favorite world, by the way.
Yeah, that one was
honestly,
a really fun one.
It's the best one out of all of them. So, yeah, well, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not amazing, not great, not terrible. Well, let's move on.
Are we jamming?
They improved.
Yes.
So it was, normal. The voice acting was just subpar. It's always going to be subpar, though. Anytime I heard Hunter talk, I was like, oh my God, just stop. Hey, Spyro, what are you doing? Like, you're like, what? Why are you talking like that? Like, you're just trying to sound like an idiot?
Yes.
Like, it does feel like that, right?
Yes.
The music
It really
was
does.
good. I mean, it was...
Yeah, I mean, it was like all the sound effects in this are pretty decent. There's nothing like anything that's bad. There's nothing that you're like, oh, I gotta turn this down or shut this off or I'm tired of hearing this.
Yeah. In our first episode, I talked about the fact that there was a loop on the music. I didn't notice that as much. There is a loop still, but it doesn't have a 2-second pause from when the loop restarts. So I didn't notice that. So they improved. They did great.
Yeah, and it just does seem just really like ambient. Besides just a lot of the sound effects of things, which a lot of the sound effects, especially like sparks and like picking up the gems are like some of my favorite sound effects.
Yeah, I mean, shooting the guns is cool. The rockets sound great. The flying sounds good. Mechanically, the game is just, it's good.
Even the super dashing,
Like, everything sounded great. I think there's a level where you have to help this, like, wizard guy. Like, plant the magic bean.
Oh, that's such an annoying.
It is an annoying level, but I watched what he says in mine sounds terrible. Then I watched the remake. I'm like, it still sounds bad, but a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, the reimagined version of these games are definitely by far just incredible.
Yeah.
I would put that on par with the Resident Evil 2 remake and the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. Like, these remakes that have been... Some of these remakes that have happened recently
Nearly
have been,
perfect.
just insane. They fixed a lot of the bugginess, a lot of
But
the camera
the
issues.
Spyro ones, they still had bad voice acting, so I don't think they have a lot of... I don't think Insomniac games exist really anymore, besides for the faucet of re-releasing their games that they've already had.
Well, didn't Insomniac...
The last thing they came out with, and the first thing in like 10 years, it was the Spyro Reimagined trilogy.
Well, no, the Reignited trilogy was Toys for Bob.
Well, then they don't make games anymore.
Okay.
So, I thought they released it because that's like, but I guess I was looking at the Spyro like in between games, and the last game before this one was like 2013 or 2012 or something. Maybe 2015, but I don't think 2015. That sounds really far.
Okay.
Or really close, I mean. But yeah, I mean, the music was okay, voice acting subpar. As per usual, I played the original, he played the remake, so we'll move on. Move on to our...
How does it play?
Oh, and Insomniac definitely does do games, because I was thinking about it. They did Spider-Man.
Oh, did they?
They did the new Spider-Man.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then they really evolved from, from fucking Spyro the Dragon.
Because they did Spider-Man Miles Morales, and they're doing Spider-Man 2 that comes
That's
out.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because these are fun games. I'm glad that they stuck around. But you know, like, most people who made games back in the day did not stick around.
I was almost going to really, like, jump down right as you said that. I was like, no, Spider-Man's Insomniac. But then I was like, I have to make sure before I started.
You gotta be sure, because I have no... I mean, you could have said, I have no idea what the fuck they make.
I thought I was
I'd be
right,
like, no, they made Spyro.
Well, I mean, yes.
It'd be like the Patrick at the Krusty Krab, like,
No, this is Patrick.
no, this is Patrick. And that's what I would do, so...
Fair.
But yeah, I mean, so how does it play? Good, honestly.
Yeah.
I have none of the same tribes that I had in the original.
Which is good, because,
Yeah.
I mean, you still played the original version of this.
Yeah.
Correct, right?
So,
Yeah.
like, one of the big things I hated in the original was time attack.
Yes.
I thought that was just a fucking ridiculous, terrible, took way too long out of my day to do it. This one, I felt like I blew past it.
Oh, yeah. Most of the time trials, like, I think I only did one twice.
Yeah.
Most of them I did in one try.
And you know, the only thing I really hated about this game was the speedways.
Yeah.
That's all. And it's not like it was hard. It was just a little annoying because you're just as fast as the people and you kind of have to just angle yourself differently. And that's the only way to beat them. And it just takes some time to learn how to angle, especially on the older games where it's kind of blocky.
Well, and especially like on the racing versions of it, like you just have to hit those. If you hit more of the things that make you go faster, the star power things that make it go faster than the enemies do, then you'll also pass them. And if you hit enough of those rockets to slow them down too, or you can even breathe fire at them.
For the most part, I didn't even use the rockets. I just got the hits. I learned, you know, I had to do a couple of them a couple times. Some of them I did only once, which was nice. Like most of them were fairly easy, 20 minutes at most if it was like kind of difficult. The thing I spent most on was the stupid one with the snow.
Oh, the last one, the bonus level.
See,
that is the dumbest one.
Yeah, that one
that
was
is the hardest. That is probably the hardest level in this entire game.
I think once I learned how to like really, because it's so different from all the other time trial ones, right? All the different races, like that one is so different from them. So a little bit better than the skateboard ones I didn't love, but I mean those were fine too.
They were fine. I just didn't feel like there was much to them.
Yeah, I did feel like they really tried to copy other games as much as they could.
Yeah,
because you think about it, you play as Agent 9, and the first one's James Bond.
Yeah.
The second one is like Diablo.
Yeah.
The third one, I don't remember. There was another one where I was like, what are they doing here?
But I mean, that's kind of what Spyro and Crash Bandicoot did a lot back in the day. They even like crossed games at one point, and like they did a bunch of like other stupid like things and like showed up in other things for dumb reasons. And I'm like, yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I liked it. I didn't love that stuff. It was cool playing as the other characters for the most part. Like I really loved playing as Sergeant Byrd.
Yeah, I mean, Sergeant Bird's always one of my favorite characters.
He was just fun to fly around the maps, and especially when you did, because I think you did 2 with him.
Yeah.
And one of them was just open map. You get to be on the regular map, which was so fucking cool. I was like, this is the best.
That's that, like, dragon wizard map or whatever. All the dragons are, like, flying around up, like, in the cloud.
I don't. That's probably just in the new one. I didn't notice them in the old one.
Okay.
Because all I noticed in the old one was like, kind of not really wizardy, not like because they were wizard ones.
Yeah.
Different one.
Yeah.
But still fun. I mean, he was fun. I did like playing as Sheila the Kangaroo, although I didn't like the jumping mechanics.
Yeah, I didn't really like Sheila very much. I didn't really like, was it Bentley?
Yeah, Bentley was tough because all of his were just like, let me play as if you hate your life. Like that's really all it was, because it's just all like you're slow, you're sluggish, you jump really low, like but you have to beat things and you basically just run up the stuff and beat them, but you have no extra armor. Like you think a bigger guy like that, he would have some kind of armor class or something where maybe you take one hit for free because you have no choice but to run up to stuff. But it didn't work out that way at all.
Yeah, I my favorite people besides Sergeant Bird were obviously Agent 9 and Sparks.
Yeah, Agent 9 was actually my least favorite. By all, I hated the James Bond thing. I don't like first-person analog. I fucking, because it's the tank controls, that blocky bullshit.
Yeah.
Walk forward, turn a little bit this way, turn a little bit that way, walk the direction that you turned.
And I haven't played the original in a long time. Maybe they've just made it a little bit like smoother.
I
or
bet they
better
did.
on the
I bet they did
reimagined
because the original was bad.
I really didn't mind that at all. In
And
this
the
one.
Diablo one I just hated because I didn't like over the top on a controller in the early days of over the top on the controller.
Yeah, it was bad.
Not great. Like not Diablo, probably more now Diablo, probably closer to Gauntlet back then.
Yeah,
I would say
that makes sense. Yeah.
Now Diablo for sure, but back then Gauntlet. Probably a
I played Gauntlet
thing.
for the first time like last year actually.
And the other one I hated was the shoot 'em up one on the fucking dino level.
That's one I love that.
No, I hated it because like the way that it would work, like it took me so many tries to get this done because I didn't like the way it worked. I didn't like the way you just stood still and took fucking shots from guys after not knowing how fast they're going to shoot because all of them shoot at a different fucking speed. And again, it's the old one, so it's more blocky. It's harder to move the cursors over.
The reimagined version of it,
Yeah, I'm sure
everyone
they made
has
it
the
more
exact
smooth.
same animation, so you know exactly how
That is
long it's
not
going to
the
be.
original.
So you can bing, 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 bing
Yeah.
without ever getting shot.
No one has the exact same animation. Some of them did, like some of the green ones did one animation. Some of them did a second one. One of them did it quicker than all of the other ones for some reason. Like it got really annoying.
Yeah, no, it's so easy.
Yeah, that one took me the longest to do. I think that was like the longest thing besides the snowboarding thing.
Okay.
That was the longest. It was not a snowboard, like a
Yeah, I know what you mean. The sledding.
Sledding, yeah,
Yeah.
more of a sled against all the other Yetis.
That one is the level.
No,
that
it
took
wasn't
me.
Yetis. It was regular big guys.
The Magic Beans level part and the sledding were
That
the
one was
things
just
that took me the longest.
Magic Beans was just annoying because you had to understand how to use the jump stuff, and even if you're doing it wrong, it still feels like you're doing it.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
well-
Even if you're doing it right, it still feels like it's wrong.
And you had to like take one bean from the top down
Yeah.
lower and then take that bean up, and which I didn't realize that for the longest time. So I
Yeah.
was like, "There's no way to do this. This is stupid."
Yeah, I had to go back to that level to get all the gems, and I had no idea where the last bit of gems are, and they're up at the Magic Bean thing, and I'm like, wasn't there like a cage I had to go past? I want to say there was.
Yep.
And then but when you're up there the first time, it doesn't look like there's anywhere to go. But you have to
Okay.
crash your head through the ceiling to get down.
One question I have for you, because I know this is in the reimagined trilogy. Do you have the capability to have Sparks guide you to where where gems are?
So you get that if you do the Spark stuff, I think.
Oh, okay. So
You had 3 powers you got from Sparks, I want to say.
okay.
Did you not get powers from doing the Spark stuff?
I don't remember if I got powers from doing this. I had already beaten the 100% of this game twice, so I started another save slot of games and did that this time. And I don't know if they just gave me everything from the get-go
I don't know.
doing it, but I didn't like unlock that. I had it at the beginning, so
Yeah, so each Sparks world gives you a new power. One of them is like Sparks will guide you to stuff. One of them is you can pull gems from farther away, pull pickup items from farther away and quicker. And then I don't remember what the last thing. Oh, you got an extra slot of health.
Okay.
So you got an extra attack, which I did all at the end when I didn't need it.
Yeah.
So because I didn't know, like it just said come back later. I'm like, this is not really explanatory.
Yeah.
When to come back.
I hate when they do that in the game, and that's the worst part of these games, honestly. It's just having to go back to other levels because you unlocked a character again or that you hadn't previously had access to.
Yeah, then that was a little annoying, but not crazy. I do wish it was a quicker travel time between the levels.
That they did fix in the reimagined.
good.
You can literally, in the middle of a level, travel to another level.
Okay, and that's great because in the original you had to go back to Balloon to get to a different home world.
Yeah, you can travel to any world, to any level, at any point at all. Like, it is insanely how fast you can do things.
Yeah, well, in certain ones, I think what was stupid is they had like a ramp up for each one. So one was like a balloon, one was a rocket ship,
Yeah.
one was like a helicopter thing. Yeah, like it just got. You're just like, what the fuck are we doing here, guys? I don't even. What are we trying to do? I don't even understand the story, to be honest. Like I was so.
It's a dumb story.
Yeah. All right. Well, any other mechanics we want to talk about? Skateboarding. Did you like skateboarding?
Skateboarding, meh.
Yeah, I didn't like the points thing. It was kind of lame.
It's just way too easy. Like,
It's not just easy. It's just like you don't have like some of the stuff that you could do, you couldn't do in the original. Like it looked like it was so much easier in the new one, but in the original one, like holding triangle to turn, even though you should just be able to turn while you're in the air.
Oh yeah, you still do have to hold a button to flip and stuff.
You have to hold X to jump off of ramps.
I think you just pressed it.
You could press it, but you'd almost miss it 90% of the time.
Oh, okay.
If you hold it, you do it every time, but you have to keep holding it. And then to turn, you have to also hold triangle. So you have to literally have your two fingers like that on the fucking controller. Like, it was just really obnoxious. And you're like, why would they do this?
If you're wondering what that looks like on the controller, think of like you're holding a little penis.
Or like you're pinching something.
Or you're pinching something.
You're literally pinching something, but you have your fingers a little bit farther apart. Like it's not like holding X and B if you're on an Xbox controller, or X and circle, I guess, and on a fucking PlayStation. It's holding X and triangle, and that's really fucking hard to do without touching the other fucking buttons.
It's everything's really smooth and easy in the new one. It's just way too easy because like you go off that first mega ramp with Hunter, and if you do 10 front flips in a row, then you just win.
So it wasn't hard to beat Hunter. His was the easiest. It's just doing certain ones to get the jumps, to get the what are you trying to collect in those? You're trying to collect something. I can't remember what they are.
Like the lizards with the balloons.
The balloon things.
Yeah.
You're trying to do the balloons, and that was really tough sometimes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was fun still. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
What else in here? I'm trying to remember.
The loading screen has a mechanic in the new series.
What happens in the loading screen?
You're Spyro and you're like flying in between each world.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can like actually like barrel roll, and you can like lift up and go down. You can breathe fire. You can like do all these. It's really fun.
That's cool. Time trials in this. In the time trials, they have 3 things, and they're way more organized.
Yes.
So you have time trial to get everything done. So you have to kill stuff, hit stuff, go through rings, shit like that. You have 4
rings, blood, 8 candles,
5 each or 4 each
for what?
For the things you have to do. I think it's 5 each.
Well, it's 8 each of 4 different things.
4 different things.
Yeah, it's 4 different things, 8 items in each one.
So, and that wasn't too hard. Some of them, again, had to start over. Not crazy, though. No, as soon as you learn how to do it, you're like, holy shit, this is so much better than the first one.
Yeah.
Other things you do, there's a secret egg on each one of those that you have to talk to Hunter, and he basically takes out some fucking sheep that are aliens are trying to steal sheep.
Yes.
I think the aliens are cows.
Well, there's like alien sheep and there's alien cows in different levels. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it was really dumb. But you get to play as Hunter in like interesting vehicles. One of them's like a speedboat, one of them's an airplane, and one of them's like a UFO.
Yeah.
So
and one of them's a jetpack.
Jetpack, yep.
Which the jetpack one was the hardest one.
Oh, easiest for me. I felt like I could just keep shooting that motherfucker. That actually was one of my favorite ones.
Well,
the hardest one for me was the plane, I think, is the way the plane controls they put in worked.
Oh, okay.
So it just depends. It probably is different for each one, for the new and the old. So.
Yeah.
There's that, the boxing thing. Let's talk about this fucking boxing horse shit. I was so stupid. I had no idea you could move around.
What?
I thought it was like fucking
Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Like Rock'em Sock'em Robot, or like the old Mike Tyson game.
Oh, okay.
Like the beat 'em
Punch
up,
Out,
Punch Out, where like you only just dodged or like hit. That's all you got to fucking do. So I'm thinking like, okay, so you just how are you supposed to beat them if they keep fucking hitting you? Like, how do you dodge? You can't even fucking dodge half the time. I have no idea what I'm doing. And then I just like accidentally moved my analog stick. I'm like, oh, fuck you, game. Fuck you.
It's so easy, especially on the Reimagine. It tells you like all the different controls, and you automatically block on high. You just don't automatically block low. Same in the original. Low. And literally all you have to do is punch high for him to block, and then punch low, hit him in the stomach, and then punch high, you hit him in the head, then I'll block high, and then you punch him in the stomach, and you just keep switching back and forth.
I didn't have to do that, actually. I just always did a heavy attack, and I always just, if you walk 2 feet away from him, he pushes towards you. As soon as he gets like kind of within range, you can start it, and it'll hit him as he's walking.
That's another good way,
Yeah, so I mean it was pretty easy once you figure out, but it took me so long to do it because I'm just sitting there like, I'm just playing Punch Out right now. What am I doing? Am I winning this?
You're experimental. You don't have any like experimental phases with video games very much, do you? Where you like try things if you things are annoying you, like you don't necessarily
because there was no control scheme to this. They didn't give me anything.
Yeah, but you just assume that you wouldn't be able to move. It's
Yeah,
kinda
because
funny.
that's what it seems like. Like in it, like the other guy didn't move at all either. So I'm like, well, that just makes sense if he's not moving. Why isn't he moving if he can move? He doesn't move unless you move. I'm like, this is so stupid.
Interesting.
It's just dumb because you'd think like, okay, a good hint for that would be the other character moves, right? He just didn't move at all.
Interesting.
So that's why it felt to me like it was a punch-out game. I'm like, so I just have to get my blocks perfect, okay? That's all I got to do. Get my blocks perfect. Then I can always hit them. And I could never get my blocks perfect.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was really fun. But then once you learn you can move, it gets really easy after that.
Okay.
Then you experiment with stuff. You're like, okay, so I do a short jab here. No, that doesn't quite reach. For some reason, my range is less than his range, even though my arms look like they're longer.
Yeah.
I don't understand. But you know what? We're just going to keep going and
He's
keep
the
fighting.
boxing champion.
Yeah. How did you like the fucking weird ass throw some frozen fucking
The hockey?
chickens into your own goal?
Yeah.
I was like, at least make it the opposite goal.
Well, and that's what confused me at first because
Yeah,
at first
'cause I
like,
did the same
I
thing.
started scoring goals for him, and then I was like, wait, why is it giving him points?
So stupid. That one was just dumb. I was like,
It's
okay,
so
it's a
dumb.
little funny, I guess, but it's just kind of stupid. And then the other one was the tank one. I did not like the tank one.
No, the tank one's the most,
the worst one.
Yeah.
It just felt like I was really
It's so
abusing the
clunky.
boxes.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I laughed so hard, and I was debating where I would throw this in, but I still laughed so hard that you and your friends go to find these eggs, but then your friends hold these eggs captive.
I know for you.
Until
you
you
do
until
something.
you do a challenge for
Yeah.
them. It makes no sense.
Hey Spyro, while you were doing stuff, I found an egg. I was gonna eat it. Like that basically is every time you're like, what?
Well, and that's almost every character in this game was
Yeah.
like, I was thinking about having bacon or eggs for breakfast,
Yeah.
but then I
It's like, here's
this
a chicken.
omelet's so
The
weird.
chicken one was really funny. He's like, here's a chicken egg. And then attached, he's like, that's the ugliest chicken I've ever seen. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, some stuff is funny in this game, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Mechanically, this game felt really good. Like, it really
Oh, yeah.
honestly did. I love the attacking. I love the way you move a little bit better than the first one. Didn't feel clunky or as clunky. Still a little clunkiness. Flying was really fun. The super power-ups are really cool.
Yeah.
I love I think my least favorite level in this entire, and I mean least favorite, there's nothing worse in this level, was the dragon one.
Oh, where you have to fight the two dragons.
Fucking weird-ass dragon things.
Yeah, like the snake dragons where you have to shoot off the backs of their
Yeah,
tails.
and the only annoying part about that is if you took too long to hit them again,
They would regrow.
Yeah, regrow the fucking tails, and it was like almost instant. Like that took
That's-
forever to do because I'm just sitting there like, how do I do this without fucking letting them regrow?
I've gotten pretty decent at that fight now that I've done it like 4 times in the last couple of years, but it's still just like
pain in
annoying
the ass.
every time.
That's just the most annoying level, I think. That to me, that one was just boring.
Yeah.
It just felt clunky and stupid, but it was still okay. Like it wasn't terrible. It's just it's a long fucking process. You could spend 40 minutes just on that one part. You don't do any exploring in it. You just go
No.
right in and start fighting the dragons.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that one's definitely just an annoying like boss battle kind
Yeah.
of thing. Which the boss battles in this were kinda
Actually,
meh.
this is the most subpar boss battle, so I
Yeah.
wanted to get into that in story.
Fair.
I think that's all I wanted to talk to about in
Yeah.
mechanics. So
I think that's about everything.
it's like a B plus mechanic game.
Yeah,
Give that.
I would give it solid. It's definitely, especially for early action platformers, this is one of the best action platformers that's ever been made.
For sure. All right, let's move on to
It's story time. Let's get started.
story for this is so fucking ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
so stupid. Like it just might as well not have a story.
All the dragons used to live in one place. Then they moved to this other place, and the sorcerer took over the other place where the dragons used to be. And then she came over and stole all
So
of
no,
the eggs.
That's not how that happened.
Well,
So the way the story seemed to work in the original was the dragons and the sorceress was already in charge. They had a disagreement because she wanted to take their wings so she could
Yeah.
make like
so she could be immortal.
immortal, which it's already been 1,000 years since
Yeah.
they were fucking there. Isn't she already immortal?
No.
I'm so confused.
She needs to keep using dragon wings to keep.
But she hasn't had any for 1,000 years.
I don't know.
Just
don't
like,
know.
did she harvest them all and then save them? Like,
I don't know.
like it was just very confusing, and there's no point to that story. You could have just said, "I don't like dragons," and the same thing would have come across.
Mhm.
I thought the immortality thing was really cool until they just basically dropped it. They just
Yeah.
basically said, like, I want to be immortal. And that's the only part that ever included that.
Pretty much.
Like, it would have been cool if it was a
Because
darker
he foiled
story.
her plans.
I guess, but it would have been cool if it was a darker story, I think. A little darker, a little bit more fun.
Then it would be rated E for everyone.
I know, but it would be better. Yeah, so all your eggs are stolen from the opposite side of the world.
Yes.
Or on the opposite side of the world, so you have to go there and get them back. The sorceress wants them to be immortal. She has an apprentice, Bianca. Somehow you go there and you know everyone over there already, even though dragons haven't been over there for 1,000 years. Somehow that's how you get to Sheila's world, and how you get to Bird's world, and how you get to Agent Nine's world, and they all know you.
Well, they've
somehow.
Those characters all know you from the previous games.
Yeah, but even still, you're just like, if there are portals that take you here, and there's portals that take you here from where I'm from, why'd you guys dig a giant fucking hole?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
The holes thing at the beginning
Was
confused
just
the
stupid,
fuck out
right?
of me because I'm like, why? Why are you
Like,
digging
there's
holes?
clearly portals that take you around the fucking world. And I like how, like, the beginning of this, like, clearly magic is disappearing. And you're like, it is? Everything seems to be working okay.
Everywhere has magic. A lot of
But maybe I
levels
think-
have wizards. And
Well, and I think what they were trying to say is the portals would disappear eventually.
Maybe,
and
yeah.
because you could only get to them with a certain amount of eggs.
Mhm.
Like, maybe that's what they meant. Like, because the
Yeah, I
eggs
guess
had
so.
magic or something. But you weren't even keeping the eggs. They were hatching and disappearing right away.
I don't
So-
know the logic of this.
It's
world.
just a little confusing. I think they should have maybe pulled back on some of the silliness and maybe made a concrete story.
fair.
Also, the Bianca thing was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
She's just kind of an annoying, useless character. She's hot.
Yeah.
If she was real, I'd fuck her.
Her new version of herself was
Super hot?
even better.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Like, they tried to make a pretty, like...
She's very Lola Bunny-ish.
Yeah, she's very, very... She is a bunny.
Yeah.
She's a bunny. Hunter likes her. He's like a cheetah.
Yeah.
And
like Chester the cheetah.
They're going to make some fucking bunny-cheetah hybrid babies. It's like... So you go through this whole thing, and let's talk about the fucking boss fights, dude. How worthless. Okay, yeah, they made her. Holy shit. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. I thought you might want to actually see what the...
Like, she's got a big-ass mouth in this one. That one, she looks cute.
Yeah. She looks very Lola Bunny.
Yeah. So they did this whole thing with the bosses where the bosses weren't important,
Yeah,
which
because
is weird.
every time you completed a certain
Like you complete
area.
100% of the level, you 100% it, move on to the next level, and that's when the boss shows up.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. And the boss wasn't integral to that level you're on at all.
No.
They just make them as you're moving. Because she has, like, spells that
Yeah.
make bosses from regular minions.
Yeah.
Like, it was just kind of dumb. Like, I just wanted a boss to be, like, the overarching head of that area.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been better than just...
Yeah.
I got this Rhinoc that I put a spell on, and now he's a giant bunny weirdo.
He's like a cool guy who kills people for me.
I'll call him Spike now.
Yeah, he's spiked now. But it's just kind of annoying that they did it that way. Because I think having an overarching, like, boss for the area makes games fun. Like,
Yeah.
even in Crash Bandicoot, I believe there were overarching bosses for the areas.
Well, yeah, so each
even though they were fucking
'cause it was-
stupid as shit.
Dr. In or whatever, Nitro, is that the main villain?
I don't remember.
Yeah. And then there was like Tiny, that was like that giant dragon
Yeah.
dude.
Like, you had Attack and the Power of Juju, similar game again. Overarching bosses for areas. What other games did we play? The original Spyro, overarching bosses for areas. They didn't do some weird magic bullshit.
Well, and it's dumb for this too, because like even like Bianca, her being like a underneath of the side boss, you never have actually
Like
like
a-
any confrontation with her.
You
Like
do, but in
gameplay.
cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like all cutscenes, and you can skip them because they're not that important.
They're really not.
I accidentally skipped like 3 of them, and I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not going to
missing
even look at
much.
the cutscenes because I do not care.
You're really not missing much.
I got the gist as soon as she started turning good. I'm like, yep, fucking knew it. Fucking knew she turned good. She seems like a silly fucking shit character.
She started like talking to Hunter while she had him captive.
No, it's because he saved her, remember?
Well, yeah, but then she also started talking to Hunter
Yeah.
while she had him captive, and he was saying all these things
He's
about
like, hey girl.
her stealing all the dragon eggs, and she's like, "What do you mean stealing all the dragon eggs? You guys are trying to steal the dragon eggs. You guys are the bad guys." And then she starts talking to her boss, like,
And then-
"Hey,
And
what's
then
going on?"
Hunter's just like, he's a dragon. What do you mean? Steal the eggs? Do you think dragons steal each other's eggs?
And
Are you a dragon?
She's like, what's going on? What are you going to do with the eggs? She's like, I'm going to use their wings to make immortality. And then she's like, oh my God, you're the evil one.
That's not what you told me.
Exactly.
You said you're going to make scrambled eggs.
You said the eggs are used for magic and not that you kill dragons
Well,
for
honestly,
magic.
but they say like the dragons were the ones that made the magic. So why take the eggs? Why not just go and like negotiate with the dragons?
Because she wants to be in control of everything.
Yeah.
She's a
Well, no,
vindictive
it's
bitch.
It's not that. It's because she was lying. Like that was
Yeah.
pretty clear. But that was pretty clear from the get go. And it's like
Yeah.
if it's the dragons and have the big dragons come back, they're probably going to produce more magic than the fucking baby dragons.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Oh, one thing that I do love, for anybody who's wondering, in the Reignited trilogy, all of the PS2 cheats or the original PlayStation cheats for these games actually still work
Oh, nice.
for the new versions of them.
Nice. Dude, I didn't know they had cheats.
Yeah.
I didn't bother worrying.
Well, and like some of the cheats are like nothing. Some of them are like
Konami
just changing the color of Spyro to black or making him have a big head.
I
or,
would have
like-
loved to have him black. That would've
It's
been
actually really cool.
Yeah, he looks silly purple, but black I bet he look really
Yeah,
fucking
he's
sweet.
really
Even with
sweet.
the orange overtones of the fucking wings. Yeah, like again, boss fight wise, no boss fights until the last one. And then the last one, how stupid was that fucking boss fight?
It's very stupid.
Oh, that does look sweet. That looks so cool.
Mhm.
Black Spyro looks cool, guys.
Honestly, all the boss fights in
But
this
the
are so
last one.
especially are you talking about the
The Queen.
bonus level last one?
No,
or?
the bonus level one wasn't as bad as the regular one. And I only say this. So in this last boss fight, you're fighting the Queen. This is not the like for end all be all. It's not 120%. This is just like the last fight in the main game,
Yeah.
right? You have to jump on stuff to fight her with stuff.
Yeah,
So you use like tanks and shit, and it keeps getting better as time goes on.
yeah.
But when they're on the ground, it just looks like they're holograms.
Yep.
And something is going to fall, and you're going to get on the thing that falls. Because there's balloons above them.
Uh-huh.
So where in my fucking right mind am I supposed to sit there and jump on that? Where does it never says that. Not once. I'm like, it just looks like it's about to drop. So do I just sit here and keep running away from her until it fucking drops?
Yeah, so at least in the Reignited trilogy, they're just all above there, and then when they drop, it still shows it as like clear until you jump on it.
Yeah,
It's
that's so stupid. Because other games do that to show like, hey, it's coming, but it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Like, why would they do that, Steven?
I don't know.
Why?
It's so dumb.
Like, just make it so they randomly drop then at that point.
Well, and they
eventually-
dropped based on like her spells.
Eventually, I think I just accidentally jumped on one.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how that happened. I don't think I looked it up because I was just getting pissed off. I'm in this boss fight forever. I'm like, when do these drop? Do I have to hit them with something? There's nothing to fucking aim at. If I stop, I'm just going to get hit by something. What am I supposed to hit these with? When is this fucking Agent 9 going to fucking shoot these balloons? What's going on, Agent 9? Shoot the fucking balloon already. God, I was sitting there for so long. And like,
Yeah.
it gives you no hints that you're supposed to jump on a fucking
Well,
hologram.
and sometimes it takes forever for those things to fall. too.
Yeah,
So
well-
you're just like running around dodging her shit.
So they don't
for-
fall. If you jump on them in the original one, they just appear underneath you.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. See how stupid that is?
That is stupid.
They don't fall.
Yeah, and this one they fall from balloons, but it's based
They're on
like,
balloons above you,
Yeah.
but they don't fall.
That's
You
so stupid.
jump on and you're instantly on one.
Well, like it falls down and then becomes clear in the new one, and then you jump on it after
No.
it's clear on the ground.
No, it doesn't do that.
That's what I'm saying. It does in the new one.
Oh, see, and that's much better because at least you
Yeah.
can see them fall.
Yes.
At the very least, because in this one you don't.
Yes.
They're still up in the
Yeah.
sky.
That's what I'm saying. It is better in the new
Oh
one.
my god, it was so obnoxious. I was sitting there forever
But yeah.
doing this fucking boss fight, and it was just lame. I didn't like the vehicle thing. This is not a memorable boss fight. None of the boss
No.
fights are memorable.
No, they weren't.
I can still remember I think it was Spyro where we had to chase that last guy on the fucking the fast thing. We had to chase him
the
around.
super track.
Yeah. And I still remember that boss fight from the original. I almost forgot all the boss fights in this one already.
This one's the lamest of boss fights. It's got some of the best worlds.
Yeah, it really does. The worlds are fucking sweet.
They're fucking awesome.
Yes.
But it's got some of the weakest bosses
Yeah.
of a game ever.
You know, and what they could have done in this game, which I really think they should have done, is maybe, I get it, these old games had this whole, like, well, we need to make one of each world. Dude, if they just made a whole game for the Dino World,
Yeah.
holy shit, I would have played that fucking game.
Yeah.
And that would have been so much better because then you narrow it down to what you're doing. You can do the dragon egg thing, but they're all taken by the dinosaurs instead. You don't have to make this weird fucking sorceress lady or Bianca.
Yeah.
Like, if they would have narrowed this down to you're just in one kind of world, then they could have kept making Spyro games forever. So,
Yeah. I
by
mean,
making
honestly,
so many fucking worlds, it just kind of takes out the novelty of the coolness of the worlds.
Yeah.
But yeah, that last boss fight, forever.
Yeah. It's just bad.
Yeah, once you figure it out, it's super easy to do. It's just fucking annoying that it takes that long to figure it out.
Every single thing in this game, super easy if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things you might have to look up, or you might have to do a little bit of troubleshooting.
I had to
just
do it
figure
with
out.
the magical seeds.
Yeah,
'cause-
I had to look at I've had to look at the magical seeds every fucking time I play this game.
and it's not even that you don't understand. Like, you understand what to do. It's
Yeah.
just, it doesn't work every time. So you're like, I don't understand how it's not working. This seems like the right way. Let me make sure. Oh, yep, that's the right way to do it. I'm just not doing it quick enough, apparently.
Well, in every other aspect of the Spyro games and levels,
Simple.
it's very simple. It's very linear. It's
Yep.
very, you go here, you collect this, you get everything on the way
Everything
up.
makes sense. You don't need too much instruction.
The magic seed level, you keep progressing through it,
It's
and
like the
you
one
keep
puzzle
going
bit.
all the way up towards the top of this mountain using all these magical seeds to create all these different things grow. But once you get to the top, you have to take one of the seeds from the top, go down a few levels, and replace something you had already, like, place a magic seed that you had already placed somewhere else
Yep.
from a bouncing mushroom
the
to a
basic-
flower.
You have to bring one with you, and then you have two at the top,
Yeah.
right? So you need to bounce onto one of the ones that bounces you on one of the other ones, which bounces you onto the ledge.
Yeah.
Which was really
But
stupid.
you had to go back down and substitute one of your sunflowers
Yep.
for a bouncing thing up towards the bottom to go back up to the top to end up being able to complete this.
Yeah.
And I always got to the top, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do. No matter how I configure this, it doesn't work. None of these three things work together at all. And then you do that, and it works perfectly, and you're like, this is the dumbest
But
fucking
see,
thing
that
ever.
wasn't perfectly for me. I did that. That was the first thing I did. Still didn't work. I couldn't reach the last one. See, they make it so you have to bounce a certain way, otherwise you can't reach the last one.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really fucking stupid. Just make it so if you bounce, you fucking reach it.
Yeah.
Why make that the puzzle? That's
Yeah.
a stupid puzzle. That's
Well-
like just saying like it's situational.
And most of the time, especially for this one, most of the flying and gliding things are pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty forgiving.
Yeah.
There's a couple of gliding techniques in this one that you have to get exactly perfect, or they're a pain in the ass.
I think the level I died the most on in this whole game was the fucking magic level with the
Oh,
magicians.
God, yeah.
I don't know why. That
Fuck that
level was
level.
my fucking kryptonite.
Fuck that level.
I died so much. I thought there was water beneath me. I'm like, I want to jump in the water.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not water.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I hate that. I had the exact same
Yeah.
issue. That level fucking sucks.
It really did. It was the worst one out of all of them. I was so confused 90% of the time on what I was doing. I couldn't find the last bit of gems.
Well-
I don't remember where I ended up finding them, but man, it took me forever to find them. Oh no, that was the one with the magic bean.
oh yeah,
That's where I was
yeah.
going through that whole level so much, and I didn't think to go into the magic bean thing again until later on. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's just check each and every fucking one of these portals in here, because each level has a portal to lead to it, and then mini portals inside the level that take you to different areas inside the level.
True.
So you have to just remember to go back to each one to make sure you collected everything. The problem is you have an overarching amount of stuff you can get for the level, but it doesn't spread out how much is in each side level.
What the good thing about having the Sparks ability is you can
It'll
click
point
in
you,
the
yeah.
thumbstick and it'll point
I
you
didn't
in
get that
direction.
till the end, till after I found everything. I
Which
did all of Sparks
sucks.
World's last.
Which, if you do that, he'll actually point you directly towards any portal doors.
Yeah.
And then when you're in the site, you go through the portal and click it again, it'll point you exactly to where it is.
Nice.
So at least it guides you a lot
Yeah.
using that power. And
If
that
you
power
knew-
is
if
the
you
best
knew you
power in
could
the
get
game.
it. Yeah, if you knew you could get it, it's great. But if
Yeah.
you were like me and forgot about it, then you did not do it. Yeah, good job. Because I thought you had to beat the game in order to get it.
And I
Just
think
to
that's
be
what
honest-
it used to be.
Well, I don't know. No, that you beat the world.
Well, I think you couldn't unlock the Spark things until you beat the game
No,
originally.
no.
No?
So going back to it, you can't do. You have to do them in order.
Yeah, 1,
So
2,
you-
and 3.
1, 2, 3, right?
Mhm.
And you can't do the second one before you do the first one.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense that you have to beat the world or 100% the world in order to do it. Because I never went back to it.
Oh,
Because I figured also when you go back to those worlds and do the extra stuff that you can't do till you unlock more characters,
Uh-huh.
that there would be someone fucking standing in front of it.
Yeah.
And there's no one. You have to
No.
go up to the sign again, and it just appears like a fairy appears or some shit.
Mhm.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Go fuck yourselves. Put someone in front of this shit so I know it's time. And that's why I kept thinking, like, oh, you have to beat the game because there's no one in front of it. When I go
Okay.
back, I'm like, there's still no one in front of it. What is going on? And I'm so pissed. I'm like,
Yeah.
God fucking damn it. All these powers would have been cool to have during the game. I could have used this one. So instead, I just tortured myself by going to every single world and looking at every nook and cranny to find them. I will say this one was a lot easier to find than the original one, too.
Oh, everything in this game is so much easier to 100%. It's ridiculous.
The
how easy
tracking
this
was
one is.
amazing. I love the tracking.
Yeah.
The only thing, like I said, if they had that mini tracking in like the sub levels,
Mhm.
that would have been great, but don't necessarily need it.
Yeah.
The tracking was still fucking on point.
Yeah, and the extra fun thing that we didn't really talk about is the skill point challenges and
No,
stuff.
that's just in yours. Remember
I
this
forgot
was
the
in the
skill point.
original
Yeah.
original as well. The skill point challenges only happened in the reimagined.
Well, I think those are
Are
fun.
the rekindled?
Reignited.
Reignited. Whatever.
Yeah. But I think those are a fun little addition thing too. It's not. I don't think it's every single level, but there's a lot of levels that have just like a random thing, like
Yeah.
destroy all the cactuses on this level to get this skill point, or do this on this level to get this skill
I mean,
point.
you have to do that anyway just to get the...
Well, I mean, depending on like, not all of them were things that you could get gems with too, but some of them were just like completely random things that you would do.
Oh, yeah, because you can get
Yeah.
lives from doing them instead
Yeah.
of the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's like... Some of the levels are so cool, and some of them I was just like, can just not ever have to go to these levels again.
I will say the levels as a whole, there was, besides a few like
Shitty ones.
shitty ones,
Yeah. Most of them.
most
were
of them were pretty good.
I love the pirate one. That one was cool. I
Pirate
love the
one's pretty
invulnerability under the acid. I was like, oh,
That
yeah,
was
this
really
is
cool.
fucking sweet. This is cool.
and it
Good
looks
choice.
so cool.
Good chase, guys.
I love the green acid water, like
Yeah.
dashing through it and then having to like get through it quickly. 'Cause
Yep.
You're like, oh shit,
My vulnerability's almost up. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of really cool things. In
I liked
this.
how you could swim in this one.
Yes.
That was really good. I don't think you
Yes.
could swim in the original one. I
no,
don't remember
I think
exactly.
it added it in two. And same
Oh
with
God! Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for not having that
But I
stupid
hated-
fucking treetop level again. Thank you.
I-
I was dreading that so much, Steven. You don't
I know.
understand how much I did not want to do another treetop level.
the one thing I did hate is that they added the swimming, but not every pool of liquid was swimmable.
Yeah.
and like it made sense with acid, but then like there was that wizard
The
level with the blue water.
It looks like blue water, but
Yeah,
it's like
but it's-
cum or something. Like you're like, what is this? Why can't I swim in it? It's magic.
it's magic.
It's ethereal magic.
Yeah.
The last fucking world in this was so sweet looking too. It's up in the clouds. You have to
Yeah.
take the rocket to get there. You get to kill all these lizards that constantly respawn, so you can get infinite lives. I just kept doing that for a while, just to. After I did the magic level, I was like, I really need to life fucking
Oh,
farm
okay.
now.
I never ran out of lives this time.
I did a couple times on the magic level because I was just trying to get through it as best I could, and I just kept dying.
There's a cheat even for 100 lives, but
I should have done that, honestly. It's not
There's-
like it matters.
yeah, there's honestly there's no point.
All that happens is it takes you back to the world.
Yeah,
Like, it's kind of stupid. I mentioned this in the original one. I think it's stupid to have a life system that just takes you back. Like, there's no penalty for it.
yeah. There's literally
So
no.
what is
penalty.
the point?
It gives you a sense of urgency if you don't know what's going to happen, but then as soon as you know what's going to happen, you
Like,
just don't care
Yeah.
anymore.
So instead, how about make it like Tack did and just make it so you don't fucking die?
Yeah.
I just don't understand that. Tack did it perfect. They did a perfect fucking thing saying, okay, we're going to just respawn you back where you need to be because honestly, that's going to be easier for us and for you than having you go back to the fucking main screen like you had to do in Crash or like you had to do in fucking, what's the game I hate? Bandicoot. No.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie, yeah.
I always feel like giving you so much shit for bringing up Tax so much, but then I look at like even just like our most listened to episodes, and Tax one of our I think top 5 listened to
Yeah,
episodes.
it's just fun.
Because I'm like, oh my god, this game's way more popular than I thought it was.
Yeah, 'cause it was fun when we were kids. Yeah, I'm telling you, Tack is a great, and I think they just did it well. They did a good job on certain things in that game that other platformers around that
Yeah.
time should have done.
True.
Like this game could have had the power to take away the fucking line and just say, "Fuck it, just respawn them." Who gives a
Yeah.
shit?
Fair.
In the end, like all we're doing is making them waste a little bit of time by going back a tiny bit rather than a shit ton of time by having them go load back into the fucking world.
Yeah.
Like it's just so stupid.
Yeah, it's all kind of dumb.
Yeah. A couple other worlds. Ice World wasn't great. I don't like Ice
No.
Worlds. I don't like worlds where fucking you have like a slippery thing.
Yeah, which some of it was okay, some of it was meh.
Yeah, I just don't like. We've complained about travel on ice before. Ice is just such a stupid concept in
It
games.
really is.
Yeah, it's just take out ice in games,
I just
guys.
well, like there are some games that get
It's
it
cool.
right and
Yeah.
get some cool aspects with it. Like
I'd say
ice
Pokemon.
powers are cool.
Pokemon is a good one because it's just like you don't walk on it, you kind of slide on it.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me. I'm the fucking slide. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking walk on it. I want to be like tip tap 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 super slow.
Well, in the Reignited trilogy, at least he's like waddling, like he's not like lifting his legs. He's kind of just like shifting to
Okay.
go forward. So it is looking like he's sliding on the ice, and it's not perfect.
It's just slower.
Yeah, it's just slow.
Way slower.
Yeah.
And you can't jump on ice.
Nope.
You can't. So that one level where you had to head smash through, I had no idea how to do that. I was trying to do that for so long, could not find out how.
Okay.
That's another level where it took me forever to find the rest of the stuff. And I don't remember where I ended up finding it, but I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I fucked this up this much? I fucked up this much? I couldn't find this thing? I was so mad at myself when I eventually found it.
Yeah.
I don't remember where it was, but I think it was down the stairs. There's like a...
Are you-
Oh yeah, there's a side
Are you
part
talking
you
about
can
the
go in.
first world head smashing that thing
No,
to get
it's-
the egg?
So there's a head smash on ice that you have to go around
Oh yeah.
and jump in and head smash
Yeah.
down in order to get all these gems.
Mhm.
In that same world, there's also a little like pathway you can take underneath
Yeah.
the castle. I had no idea that was there.
Mhm.
So I'm going through the level for like an hour looking for all these fucking gems. Cannot find them anywhere. Finally, I'm like, okay, let's go back down here, go check the fucking speedway because that's where the
That's
speedway
why
is.
you get the power to
I
find
know.
the gems.
I did it all myself. And then I went back to the speedway, and right before I go, I'm like, is there a fucking tunnel here? Fuck me.
Knowing that power exists, I cannot ever play these games without using that now.
I mean, it's fine now. I would go back and know where everything is.
Well, and it's not like it's too hard to
all
find.
right.
everything,
So let's
but-
talk about the end of this game.
Okay,
So we got one more boss fight to get through, and we have a little like
bonus world.
not bonus world, like the bonus cutscene. So the first
Oh,
cutscene's
yeah.
actually really funny, but kind of stupid.
Yeah,
Why is he in the second game? Was he like super against romance? Why is he so against romance?
I don't.
I'm so confused. Did they just introduce that to make him seem like a jackass?
Well, they always try to make him be like this, like suave, nonchalant, like I don't give a crap kind of like character.
Why
kinda
would
like,
you date a girl?
Yeah, it's something like that. Probably just like childish, like ugh, who cares?
Yeah.
I'm all about saving the world. I don't care about cooties and girls right now. It's more just like that childish
But
mentality.
it was like so stupid at the end because the Hunter and Bianca are just trying to hide from Spyro.
yeah,
Which I don't understand why no one would tell him, like, they're fucking, dude. Just leave them alone. They're
and
fucking.
then Agent 9 finally spills the beans.
It's like, oh, they're fucking, my good man. He's like, no, no.
And you know those bunny rabbits, they like to get up.
Yeah. So at the end, you just see like Hunter and Bianca just making out.
Yeah, with
They-
fireworks
Yeah.
going on.
And
in the background.
Spyro's like below them, he's going, these silly kids. You're like, why didn't everyone make it like such a big deal to tell you? I don't understand.
And then Alana, I think that was her name.
the other girl who has a
fawn chick.
crush on you.
Yeah, she has this crush
I'm guessing
on
she's
Spyro.
from the second one
I think so.
because I don't know her.
Yeah, I think she's from
I was
the
like, who
second
the
one.
fuck is this?
Yeah, because she's like a fawn character that
Yeah.
has a crush on Spyro. And she kind of sits with him and kind of cuddles with him. And he's
She's like, if you want, come back to mine.
exactly.
I'm like, Spyro, take the bait.
take
the
it,
bait.
take it.
Spyro, take the
Take
bait.
Take it. We need some fan fiction.
Yeah. I want to see your penis. So there's that ending. That's the first one.
Yes.
And then you do the secret level and the secret boss. And the boss, I
It's
was
so
really hope
stupid.
it would be a different boss.
Yeah.
No, I was really hoping it would be cool. Like the original one was like the treasure room.
Yeah.
And you got to like steal all the treasure and you didn't have to fight anything at the end really.
Yeah.
You got like the unlimited flying and shit like that. But in this one, you get to fight the sorceress again, which is kind of lame.
Very lame.
Yeah, they do like a stupid thing where you have to fight her again on a UFO, but she gets a UFO this time. And it's not too hard. It was a little challenging. I died once to it, just not understanding what I was supposed to do. But once you learn like the movement on how you should move, like the gliding aspects of it.
Well, and if you're just chasing her in a circle and shooting nonstop,
Yeah.
like you're gonna be.
But if you're in a straight line, she's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was kind of okay, but it was such a lackluster final boss.
it really is.
like it's just stupid.
Well, and even when you first get into that second bonus arena with her, Bianca's like, "It looks like the sorceress is still alive somehow.
We
We're
only
gonna have
know.
to fight her again. We don't know how though."
She's got the last dragon egg. And then you beat her in the last Dragon Egg as twins.
Yep, yin and yang.
Yin and Yang, which I thought was stupid. I was really hoping
Yeah.
for like a really cool colored dragon or something, like the coolest color of all.
When have you ever seen 2 dragons come out of an
but
egg?
it was-
You've hatched over 100 of them.
I
this
know, it's
game.
like it's 150, right? So
something like that.
what is the point? Who gives a shit if 2
Yeah.
dragons come out? So, but it would be cool if they use that maybe in later games as like these twins are going to be important one day.
Yeah.
But they don't think they did.
No, they never did.
So that would have been a much smarter thing for them if they made them like their own
Every
game.
other Spyro title after this sucked balls. From what I remember.
Or if they made this last dragon look more like Spyro.
Because then they also went with Skylanders after.
Yeah, I've heard that was
they,
bad.
They did another Spyro game on, I think, the Xbox One
I don't
or
remember.
360.
I think it's 360.
And it was meh.
Yeah.
And then they did the Skylanders, which just tanked, and
So
I didn't want to buy that.
Did
shit.
you think you'd see fucking Bentley the Yeti in the first game?
I don't remember.
He wasn't in the first game, but he
Okay.
was.
He was, but he wasn't.
remember what he is?
No.
He's the guy who's interviewing you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at the end, Spyro was like, Bentley, you really have to ask me all these questions every time.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh my god, he's the guy who fucking interviews you in the first game. Because
So
I'm
stupid.
pretty sure I remember hating the fact that they ended with an interview because it was very confusing why you were getting interviewed in general. But Bentley is the interviewer. That's the real ending to the game. Is he's the interviewer, and you have the twin dragons just kind of hanging out with
Oh
you.
wow.
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Kind of a lackluster ending for the ending of a trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, all the endings for these are just really cheesy and just
Yeah.
like camera crews and like, what are you gonna do next?
I'm going to Disney World. I'm going to be the heavyweight champion of the world.
I guess is that pretty much wrapping
I
up
think
on everything?
that's the whole story. So let's go.
Worth, or nah.
Just for gameplay, I'm going to go Worth.
Yeah.
I think gameplay-wise, this game is fun.
I think
Story-wise, whatever. It's a fucking old-ass game that really didn't focus too much on story.
whether you want to emulate this or if you have old copies of these games or you want to get the
Don't buy the
reignited-
old copies, guys. Buy the fucking
Yeah.
remake.
Yeah, I wouldn't say buy the old copies, but I said if you had the old copies.
Don't listen to fucking Steve. He's a fucking idiot, okay? Do not buy the old copies.
I never said
Steven, they're not going to buy them, dude.
I said emulate.
Yeah, I would just get the new one, honestly.
I would honestly, because a lot of times you can even get it on sale really cheap, like
Yeah. Even
15, 20, 30
if
bucks.
it's like $30, honestly, it's
it's
worth it.
worth it. For,
It seems
it's
like it's
all
worth
3
it.
games,
Yeah,
honestly.
and you get 3 games out of that. Each game's probably about 15 hours long.
Yeah.
If you do the like max everything and you struggle like I did.
Well, and there's even that bundle where you can get all the Reignited trilogy of this and all of the
And the
Crash
other
games.
worse games. Oh
Yeah.
wait, no, it's Crash games.
Yeah, it's
I
Crash
thought you were going
games.
to say like, oh, the other Spyro games
No.
nobody likes.
You get all 3 original Crash games and all 3 original
Oh, that's
Spyro
cool.
games and the Reignited.
If you can get that for $30, do it. 6 games, guys.
Yeah,
That's great.
which I think I saw it not too long ago on Xbox. I think it was $35 for all 6 of those.
Yeah. So yeah, worth across board.
Yeah, definitely. This game is just incredible. If you like old Spyro games, if you like action platformers, you know me. I am god fucking off of platformers. This is one of the few platformer games that I absolutely love, and I can complete within no time at all. And it's
For sure.
very easy, and it's not. Yeah, it's
This
just
is
fun.
one of those games where I was excited to go back and keep playing
Yes.
it. You know, it's
Yeah.
not like some games where you just spend hours like, okay, I played 2 hours of it. Now can I just jerk off for 6 and not
Yeah.
go back to it for 12?
Well, and that happens sometimes, especially with some of these nostalgic games. Like that really happened with Twisted Metal for me. Like
Yeah,
that
for me,
game
it
was so
definitely
fucking god
Banjo
awful.
Kazooie.
I know.
It was so super Banjo Kazooie for me.
Billy Hatcher was another one.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like you go back to it because you loved it.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah, I agree.
Like you go back to some of these
Billy
games.
Hatcher, I didn't mind too much, but yeah, sometimes at some point you're like, I gotta stop staring at this. My
Yeah.
eyes are fucking killing me now. And other games, you're like, I can play this for 48 hours straight.
For sure.
I mean, I got into, I started playing, what was that game? We talked about it before, Outer Worlds
Okay.
again, because I never beat it because I had a bad glitch and I didn't want to fucking deal with the glitch anymore, so I quit. And I'm going back in and I'm redoing it all, and I'm going to play it for real this time and beat it and not hopefully get that glitch again.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Because it broke the game. I couldn't complete the quest, the main quest.
That's the Oblivion game.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
So
I never completed that one.
not
either.
Oblivion, Obsidian.
Obsidian. Yeah,
Obsidian.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having fun going back into it, and I can play that game for hours and not get tired.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that
so
one's
much
a fun one.
Yeah, but that's not to say the same with other games, especially our next week game.
Which is
Asura's Wrath.
Oh yes,
It's not. I did not. Yeah,
that's not a playing game.
yeah. It's not one you want to like sit 7 hours and just play all the way
No.
through. But we'll talk about that next week. Get your asses reared up for Asura's Wrath.
Yeah.
Bye.